Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining me today. This is just a short video on the understanding of the record, the year of the Lord, and that this is the year of the mighty exodus of the Lord's people. So what does that look like for us? The beauty in this is that He is removing His people from the bondage, and the bondage is anything that is suppressing us. And so as we are being taken through this time of testing, it's not really a time of testing, it's a time of healing. And yes, we feel like we're going through these trials, but if we will step into the fire, like I shared in the past video about running into the fire, run into that refiner's fire, because this is the mighty exodus. This is the year of the mighty exodus of the Lord's people, and He's removing them from all bondage to set His people free. And so if in this process, if we find ourselves having, feelings that just keep being brought up, or, doubts, fears, confusion, any of those things that are clearly, they're the adversary. So that's clearly bondage upon us. So if we are being triggered by things, the Lord is doing it intentionally to bring that freedom from that bondage. Because as we enter into the kingdom, the new heaven, new earth, we don't want to take any of this bondage with us. And so that is the whole purpose of Him setting His people free, is so that we do not take any of this past bondage with us. So we are truly set free. So if you find yourself being triggered by things, that means that even if you feel like you've been healed from it, there are still either open doors or cords there that are allowing those feelings and that and those emotions or hurt or pain to be triggered and to still come to the surface. So if you're sitting in that place of, why do I feel like I have to continually still battle this? It's because there are still cords and strongholds and maybe even contracts that the adversary has on you that you have not been fully released from. And that's the whole purpose of this. I mean, we are in the 9th month of this year, and this is the year of the Lord. This is the year that He is setting His people free. So if we don't see what is going on, we are going to miss this massive healing that is happening. And we want to run into that fire. As bad as some of the things hurt, it has to be purged, it has to be burned out of us. We have to be set free from it. And that can only happen as we run into the fire. So if you are going through this healing process and there's triggers that keep coming, it's because the Lord is needing it purged out of us. One thing also that through this process that might help us understand as we're helping others is that if we are fasting and praying and casting devils out of others without their knowledge or without them understanding, we are actually creating more bondage for them, because when Christ sweeps the house clean and a person goes back in and they don't realize what's happened, and clearly if somebody else is doing the work for them, they don't know what's happening. And that means that 7 more devils, worse than the ones that were cast out, now enter that home. And so you have made the battle for that person 10 times worse. So it is so important that you're working with people to cast the devils out that are understanding what the Lord is doing, and that they're ready to receive that, and that we can be of assist and help to them. And because they have to receive that, they have to receive the healing that's being done in their life. But if they don't know that healing is being done, you are making their life harder by casting things out of them. Because when the demons come that were worse than the ones that were cast out, they are very they're very confused. They don't even know what's happened, and you're going to see worse results out of that person because they were not ready to receive the healing. So we also have to make sure that as we are helping others, that we are having their permission to help them, and that we are not just doing it without a person's permission, because it will make that person's life 10 times harder. So this is a beautiful time of healing if we will see what the Lord is doing, and that this truly is the year of the Lord, and it is the mightiest exodus of his people. He is truly setting us free from all the bondage, all of it. He is releasing us from the strongholds and the chains and the cords and the spiritual warfare and the playbooks that the adversary has used of the past, right? Because that's all Satan has, is the playbooks of the past to use, because he doesn't know the mindset of God. So if you want to bring confusion back on the enemy's head instead of on yours, switch up what you're doing, because they have a playbook for what your normal response is, what you've done in the past. But we are literally writing our story every day. And so as we are in that communication with the heavenly realm, with Heavenly Father and Mother and Yeshua, and we are in this process, Satan does not know the mindset of them. He does not know their playbook. He doesn't know their mindset. And so as we switch up what we're doing on the enemy's head, it brings confusion to him. Those playbooks no longer work, because the old in us is supposed to die and the new is supposed to be reborn. So during this process, it's so important that we let the new be born. So I pray that helps for all of us that are experiencing this beautiful, beautiful time of healing and this beautiful, year of the Lord that he promised to set his people free. God bless and have an amazing day.